We're here in Spain, January Performance Camp. It's the 2026 new chapter after 2025 that was statistically the most consistent in the team's history.
We've been the first who started this project, and I remember the day when you asked me to join your group. Your vision was like to go professional level, to go abroad, to race abroad, and be at one point in one of the Grand Tours. Looking back, I would say we've been very courageous.
The early days, the first 4 riders dropped in every race were our boys, right? And then 2 of the next 10 guys dropped were our boys. And then we had a couple of the seasoned pros like Javi and Martin who could stick it out till the end. But it's a different group we have now. What do you think of the material the balls of Play-Doh that you have in place?
We have very diverse group, I would say. We have riders who's like from the beginning with us. You just mentioned Andrea and David Lozano, and we also have very young riders. Like we've got riders who's 18 years old too, Donovan Mackie, and it's gonna be very interesting to see. It's gonna be. They're definitely good captains. They can share their experience, guide young riders. But look, I truly believe that even young riders, they will have their own chance to show what they can do in the races. Specifically, we're targeting races high category, but also I would say entry category, like 2.2, 2.1 for young riders. And I think in 2.1 races, I think we might have some chance. They might surprise us. For example, races like Tour of Taiwan or Tour de Hainan, the stages are shorter. And I think with young riders, we definitely have a shot. We'll see. I hope in 1 year, I would say, when we're talking, we'll say, with young riders, we got shot there. It will also inspire older guys to get better. And we also have guys who are ready, like Filippo, who's with us quite a bit, and he will use this opportunity now to show his top results.
Yeah, Mackie's Donovan, an Australian kid. He's an interesting one. A couple of years talent ID camp. Took his flew from Australia to Europe without a place to stay. Had enough money for a hostel, and wanted to be a bike racer. And to be a bike racer, you got to come to Europe. And at the talent ID camp last year, he was super strong. Really wanted to be on this team. The crop we have now is, especially when you look at the development team, our pipeline's as strong as it's ever been.
We have a factory that we built. It's begin with talent ID camp, then development team, and then professional team. So it's all our guys basically, coming through talent ID camp, and then I would say that the big change also happening in the last few years in diabetes management. New technologies developed that help riders or people with diabetes to manage diabetes much better. And I think it's another big factor that we see more and more talented athletes. So as you said, long term is very important, and I'm personally proud that Novo Nordisk helped us to do what we've been originally hoping to do, and they extended for another 5 years. It's pretty long term. It's going to help us to plan everything ahead and actually eventually to develop more riders to the next level.
Well, Novo Nordisk has been a great partner, right? And ultimately, Novo Nordisk develops, produces, distributes, life-changing medicine all over the world. There's people in the factory that have never met a person with diabetes. There's people, in headquarters that have never interacted with a person with diabetes or a doctor with diabetes, but they have a business function job at the company. So when they see our athletes performing, we're proof that all of their work is meaningful. And then when they get to go see the impact that we have from the videos that we post and the stories we post, then again, it gives pride throughout the entire company. There's 70,000 employees at Novo Nordisk who are all part of Team Novo Nordisk. For us to get this 5-year extension, we've had a couple 2-year extensions, and then it was 3 years, then it was 3 years. It is tough to look at a kid like, we'll just use the youngest on the team, Donovan Mackey, and I've got a year and a half left on the contract, and say, Donovan, I'm going to develop you to reach your full potential. Well, now I've got a 5-year, really a 6-year runway ahead, because we don't just inspire kids with diabetes, but we inspire healthcare professionals, we inspire government officials, we show people what it means to invest in a type 1 diabetic and what that person can do. And so we really help strengthen health systems by coming up and bringing our circus to town. You can turn on a bike race, turn on TV anywhere in Europe and you're going to see a bike race on, most days of the week. But now it seems like a lot of these things are behind paywalls and you got to go on an app. And I mean, that's just the way the media is working these days. Our social media presence and our, kind of digital outreach to our fan base is, again, another one of our superpowers, one that we have to take, very seriously. So I don't know. I feel for other managers of professional cycling who TV visibility was their only means of value to sponsors. They're going to be in tough predicaments in the years to come unless the business model of cycling changes. But fortunate for us, we're not in the business model of cycling. Cycling is our platform and the business model of inspiration. And we're the best in the world at inspiration. Tremendous thanks to Novo Nordisk. Tremendous thanks to all the race organizers that have invited us to the race over the years. And know that if we come to your race, we're going to make an impact in your population and the people that you care for. And let's change the world together via the bike or running, which that's part 2, the next chapter. We've won races before, right? We will win them again. I want to see the smile on the guys' faces when they deliver a victory. That's my goal.
Yeah, win is obviously it's a goal, but we have realistic goals. We also go into the races where we believe we can compete well. We study races before we choose them, and I think to be competitive there, to have this meeting after the race, say yes, we did it great today. So that's what I hope.